A big bull. Big bull. Yeah, since what, 10 o'clock? All right, let me pull up the chat. The dope is up. Dope and rockets. SoFi caught a nice bid. Oh, look at Coors. That's a good one. All right. Dope and Coors. Uh, oh, it came back up. Wow. All right. Where's the chat? Chat. Where are you? I don't know. Where's the chat? There you go. Oh, you got some Tesla runners? Nice work. I know, a little fall through day, huh? A little fall through day. What do you think about S? They have earnings this week. So S is a let me show you about S. It's ugh. What is S? Sentinel? How do you spell it? Sentinel One. So the CEO is a pumper, and he got called out for being a pumper by some short sellers. So I don't know. I might get long some calls for earnings, small, but he is a known uh how do I put this in the nice way? He's a little bit of a grease. Might find him at the used BMW lot, put it that way. And he false, maybe not him. There was buyout rumors back in the day, and none of them were true. Ooh, GoPro leaps. So I don't trust them. GoPro seeing some leaps. All right, I'm gonna buy some GoPro stock. Oh God. This is donk of the year doing here. GoPro, is it halted? I can't even tell if it is. Is GoPro halted? I don't know. I'm gonna buy some shares here. The GoPro's so cheap, you just buy stock. Buy 1,000 shares. Try 132. Ooh, 131. Do 130. I just do the damn market. Who cares? I have no idea why GoPro. April 30,000 April calls. Jesus. $1 million in GoPro shares. Wow, that's a big bet. Look at GoPro spike. Oh my days. Oh my days, GoPro. Look at this. Here, if you're just getting started, here's a perfect example. So you see GoPro, trader bought 900,000 of the calls here at 127. Look what happened to the stock. Shot up. So if you want to really know, they bought 40,000 GoPro April 2 calls. The total option volume on GoPro, they haven't even updated yet. Before that, it was 2,000 options. So this trader is what, 20x the total option volume contract, right? Look at this. 1,000 contracts, 1,900 contracts, zero contracts, 43,000 contracts. So when that happens, the stock is 99.9999% of the time go up, right? Does that make sense? So here, let's do it. All right, Christian, can you stream on YouTube and then cut it, you know when?
Yep, I got you going right now.
All right. So here's what we're doing. We're going to talk about the scanner today. And here's exactly how it works. Again, no gray area, no BS, no fluff and duff, no pullback, no day trade the SPY that you're going to lose money. Here's exactly how real trading works. Trader comes in, buys GoPro, April, two calls for 900K right here. You see the volume spike? 127 tells you the time, 127. Okay. They bought 40, they actually bought 30,000 calls on that trade. So they bought 30,000 calls. That equivalates into 30,000 calls multiplied by 100 shares. That's 3 million shares of stock equivalent to. Okay. If you go to GoPro and you go to the option chain, or if you go to the stock, it's traded 4.7 million shares today. That trader represents 3 million shares, basically more than half of all the volume. If you go to the options on GoPro, you see before this trade hit, now there's 44,000, there was only 2,600 options, 2,000 calls, 450 puts. So this trader is doing 20x the option volume. He's already up 50% from 30 to 45 cents. So that trader is up $450,000 in 5 minutes. Okay. That is how money is made in the stock market. If you look at all the other contracts, 1,000 contracts at 30 cents, it's 30 grand. That's nothing, right? I could do 30 grand. Here, 2,000 contracts at 40 cents, 80 grand. That's nothing. But you see how the stock, when a big order hits on an odd, unique stock where volume is greater than open interest and represents such a big range of stock, you see how the stock goes up? So you can do the options. You can do what I just did on Robinhood while y'all were coming in here. I just went and bought shares, right? You could do it either or way. I'm already up 8%. So now I'm going to go ahead and take some profits. I'm going to sell 1,000 shares, take my $100, and keep the rest on. Pretty simple, right? Nothing crazy, nothing cuckoo. I'll try to sell some more here. Maybe if we keep going up. But pretty easy, right? Nothing crazy, nothing simple. I bought shares at 134, sold some at 145. 8%. Simple, right? Nothing crazy, nothing up $300. All because it hit the news flow scanner in real time. That's it. If we want to go to those options, we can track them. So you could do stock, you could do the options. We want to track those options. We can see it. Here's where the trader bought them, right around 30 to 35 cents. And where are they trading now? 50 cents. That's 50% profit in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. All because the news flow scanner. That's how money is made from the stock market. Let's look at another example. NVIDIA. And again, I'm trying to show you guys and girls so you can see how money is actually made for real in the US stock market, not any of that other smoke and mirrors other people might tell you. NVIDIA. Remember we bought NVIDIA, Palantir, and SPY calls the other day when the market was down? Why? Well, on August 20th, on NVIDIA, a trader at 10:40 and 11 a.m. bought 9 million in calls, 5.5 million, just shy of 4 million. That was August 20th, 1041. We go to the chart, August 20th, 1041, right here. Shares at 170. What happened to shares right after? Straight up. Okay. Today, Nvidia, 1102. They bought the weekly 160 calls. Let's go to the time, 1102. Right here. They bought the weekly 160 calls. What does Nvidia have this week? First one in the chat wins a prize. Earnings, right? So you see how these traders, while everyone is going to be talking about Nvidia earnings Wednesday, they already pre-positioned and spent 9 million on calls that they're probably already up a few million on ahead of time to trade the earnings. Let's look at another example that hit today. I just got into these. Deckers. Let's look at Deckers. Deckers is an odd one. That's why it's good. $500,000. 1109. 404. We'll call it 500,000. Above the ask, bullish. So what do we do in Deckers? 1109, right here. Shares are at 111.60. They bought calls a couple weeks out. The 114 calls, and look what happened in Deckers. Straight up. Decker calls are up already 15% intraday. So 15% of 400,000, what about, I don't know, a little over 50, 60K? So do y'all see how money is actually made in the stock market? Not GLW was a good one too. Few bullish orders. What happened in the stock the past couple days? Straight up. This is how real traders, real money, 100,000, million plus dollars orders. And all I'm doing is copying the biggest orders in real time. That's it. No fluff and duff, no funny business, no coulda, woulda, should've, no BS. It's black and white. Everything that hits this news flow scanner in the option market, Goose, prime example, October, 12 calls. They're a little wide, so I'll probably pass on these right now until they get tighter. But this is how money is actually made in the market. Not by following some. I'm going to try to buy these in Goose actually. Try 75.
So it seems instead of technical analysis, what everybody preaches and everything, it
Right.
really goes off of order flow.
Right. Order flow is how, again, institutional traders make money, not pullback, not scalping the SPY or the E-mini futures. That's not real. Real money is following institutional order flow, aka the news flow scanner. Because look at this. Because GoPro, GoPro. You see later, this hit at 130. When did we see GoPro? 127. 132 GoPro. We see this 5 minutes ahead of time, before the trade desk, before the prop firms, before the media. We see this ahead of time. This is a news feed that gets prop firms, Bloomberg, stuff like that. We see it ahead of time because we're getting direct orders straight from the exchange. And look at GoPro go. Oh my God. It's up even more. That's how money's made. Plain and simple. Black and white. No gray area. Zilch. Got it? So what are the filters, you might be asking? Oh, Goose just went. Look at Goose. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Look at Goose. Look at shares just popped right off that order. Look at that. All because trader came in, small stock, Goose, 150,000 bucks. So you can day trade the stock, you could do the option, you could do weeklies. Again, no, you know, no gray area, no opinions. What we're looking at is volume greater than open interest, meaning it's a brand new order bought on the ask. So it's bullish if it's calls, bearish if it's puts. We're also looking for six figures. It's got to be 100K all the way till millions of dollars. So you can see in Goose, this trader bought 2,700 contracts. If you look, September, 20 contracts traded. Weeklies, 23 contracts. So it sticks out like a sore thumb, right? 2,700 contracts. That represents multiplied by 100 shares of stock. That gives you 270,000 share volume. It's only traded 515,000 shares. So this one order represents one half of the total stock volume. So of course, a small stock like that is going to go up, right? Because it's controlling half the share volume. If you went and bought some penny stock and you made up 50% of the volume, the stock's going to go up because demand is oversupply, right? It's the same thing in the option world. The only thing with the option world is there's no dark pools, there's no BS. Everything is time stamped and approved by the exchange. So if we go to Goose, if you go to time and sales, you'll be able to see those trades. 1,000 contracts, all at 137, where it shows you, tells you right here, 137. And look, see how they're all broken up and scattered here? They broke them up in 296, 207, 186, 174. So all we do is we see that, we see the sneaky bastard, and then we copy them and then wait for some kind of news. Goose, it might be a buyout, might be shares rallying into winter. I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't care. The only thing that matters, maybe a pullback, who knows? The only thing that matters is when these orders hit, you have to take them in real time. It's very, very important. You don't want to be late to the party. You don't want to be on the sidelines because the news comes out, it's going to be too late. Understood? Good,
So
good, good.
those orders that you were showing us on Thinkorswim, your scanner grabs all of that information and then puts it into this pretty much.
Right. No. So what? This is a web-based platform. What it does is it takes the CBOE, the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, and we get the data straight from it. Therefore, when that hits the exchange, it displays on here for you.
Right. So you
You
don't
don't
have to
have to
go and
do
look for the
anything,
orders
right?
yourself.
You don't have to filter and then search yourself.
Right.
Because I would have never thought in a million years, oh, let me pull up GoPro. Oh, let me pull up the options. Oh, look, this one has a lot of volume. Let me go pick it out. I would never thought of that in a million years. Nor it would have been too late. By the time you do all that,
Yeah,
you
it's
would have
already
missed
made
out on
its move.
GoPro.
Right.
GoPro shares went up 25 cents off this order. How much is that? 20%? It's a lot of money. A lot of money out there. So you can see in real time, you got to have this up and running so you can do this. We'll look at one more. This was one of my favorites. Pizza. How do you know what to click on? Uh, we'll go over it, and that's why we have trainings almost every week. Pizza, another good example. So here in Pizza, on Friday, we had the September 45 calls. So you can see too, we're not doing like Apple, we're not doing those, BS stocks, AMD. We're doing stocks where these traders who are spending hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars will move the market, right? You're not going to move the market on AMD or Apple. I mean, There's you're not. There's no none of that. So on pizza, they bought call options. What does pizza have going on right now? Buyout rumor, right? Pizza buyout. They got a buyout rumor going on, 60 a share by two private equity firms. So what happens is Wall Street knows this, okay? What happens is when a trader buys calls in pizza, because it's very rare you see this happen, volatility goes up because of the unknown, the fear. See how volatility here when they bought them Friday at 12.26? See how volatility spiked? Because oh my God, what's going to happen in Papa John's? Is it going to get bought out? We don't know. We have to jack up volatility. And then if you look at Papa John's shares, they rallied about $3. So about what? 6%. Those calls that I bought are up 45%. You see how money is actually made in the market. Again, all I'm doing is trying to tell you guys the right way to trade, the institutional side of trading, not, oh, I'm going to day trade the SPY and oh my God, look, I'm up 3 cents. Well, let me scalp it. And then you pay commissions out the ass and you lose money. Again, real trading, real results, no BS.
Lance,
Yeah.
there's a couple
So
questions, kind of going over the same thing. Like, what orders like stick out to you? Like,
odd
which ones
stocks,
catch your eye?
right. So odd stocks, small obscure stocks, where volume is making up, for example, GoPro, 52,000 options traded now.
Wow.
52,000 contracts. That's over 5 million shares. That represents half the total volume. If
What
you
was
look
it
at
like
like
10
other
minutes ago? Like
lines,
2,000?
October, 2,000 calls, September, 3,000 calls.
Wow.
So that sticks out like a sore thumb. Those are the ones you want to go after, like Goose. Again, not the stocks you see every day, because when they do, it moves those stocks. I want to move the stock. I want these orders to move the stock. I don't want to be just caught up in AMD while it does this. It would take 10, 15, 20 million to move an AMD or an Apple or an Nvidia even. But on a smaller stock like a Goose, a Bull, an OPAD, a Zillow even, a SoFi, that's a lot of money because they don't trade that much. So that is why we trade order flow, because you can get these moves. Not only will it help you in the big stocks like Nvidia, so you know when to buy it, like it called the low and that one in Palantir the other day, and give you a good market outlook. Like if you see a lot of bullish orders, like right now, there's a high probability the stock market's going to go higher, right? And that's what we've seen. Look, all bullish basically since lunchtime. So we know we need to get bullish the market. You don't want to go buy puts. So it's kind of like having a cheat code to the market ahead of time, right? And this is why it's so important. And again, trying to give this to you guys so much because it's real time. It's not after the fact. It's before the fact. It's proactive, not reactive. And that's really, really important. Like Meta, 500,000 in Meta. We'll pull it up real quick. Let's pull up Meta real quick. 500,000 in the at the money calls. It's not bad, right? Meta, bullish, right? Looks good. In the money calls, not bad. If they bought, let's say, three or four Meta calls, then I would be like, hey, Meta's going to go up. So ideally, you want to see repeat flow. Like if you were with me the other day, you saw GLW, and then they came today and they bought three more GLW calls. So that's a repeat. So that adds up to about $1 million. Or like Netflix today was another good one. See how Netflix looked bullish, 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 bullish. We had one, two, three, four orders in Netflix calls between this week and next week options today. That's pretty significant. And if we look at Netflix here, let's pull up Netflix. You know, what happened Netflix today? Well, it's up 21 bucks. So you see how these traders, they're not just saying, oh, Netflix is a good stock. They're putting their money where their mouth is and they're risking, millions of dollars on the line, right? So like Tesla was another good one today. We saw lots of Tesla today. And look what happened to Tesla. Vertical. I mean, again, just unbelievable. So look at this. Tesla today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 orders. Some 800K. And look at Tesla this morning. So they started buying it at 1022. So right here, Tesla up about $8. So you can do the short dated options. It will tell you the expiration. It will tell you the strike. It will tell you the total dollar amount. So, when I trade Tesla, I do like 3 lots. I'm doing like 3 to 5K. They're doing 800,000. So then you can go and copy the same trade, put it on, and you're good to go. You could do the stop, you could do the option, you could do a call spread. I just copy the same thing. And then if you're wondering, do you have to install it? No. You just go, type in news flow scanner, you click on it, click allow, and boom. You could type in a name. You want to make it big, you want to make it small, you can. So very, very, wow, GoPro still hitting new highs here. Wow. Ooh, baby. Glad I bought some stock. I wish I would have bought the options now. So very, very easy to use, really dummy proof, so to speak. And then we have lots of training on it as well. So if you have the news flow scanner, which I'm sure most of you do, I know we have a lot of people trading with it, then if you want to renew, Christian will post a number in the chat. If you don't have it, you can call the number in the chat or you can watch this training on it and be able to purchase it uh, towards the end. So Christian, if you want to throw in the number, feel free.
There you go.
There you
Just throw
go.
it in there.
Very good job. And PDD and BJ. And usually the shorter dated ones, the shorter dated options, you're gonna have to be way more nimble. The longer dated options and like the common stocks, like Intel, for example, Intel, they've kind of already had all the news with the equity stake. So like Intel, I probably wouldn't take right now. Like if a stock already has news, then you're reactive. You always want to try to be proactive. Wow, look at GoPro go. Holy crap. Look at that name. 157. Hold on. I'm gonna sell some more shares here and then we'll get rocking. Um, wow. Christian, do I even have the screen?
Yep, I see it.
We were gonna talk about pizza, but holy crap. Hold on, I gotta sell some more GoPro here and then we'll get rocking. All right, Christian, take it away.
All right, just a friendly reminder, the performances displayed here are historical examples based on scanner signals for time period shown unless stated otherwise. While we have seen massive success in the past, we cannot guarantee any specific future results using the news flow scanner. There's always a high degree of risk involved in trading. See our terms on the Trading Pub homepage for more information. In trading, there are losing trades. There's no system or scanner that prints out winning trades. The purpose of my scanner is to help give folks an edge in the markets. If you can't handle a losing trade, then you shouldn't be trading with money you can't afford to lose. Hey everyone, I'm Christian Roberts. Welcome to today's September prep class.
Wow. I am very distracted here. GoPro about to hit 160.
Look
Jesus
at it go, just
Christ.
straight vertical.
I mean, you could I mean, y'all should be able to
I wish
come
I
up
would
the
have picked up
scanner
some.
in I mean, in a few minutes. I wonder if GoPro's gonna have like a buyout room or something here. Yeah,
Something's
Goose is
about to
up
come out.
next too. Yeah,
But I'm
it's
here
been
with
going
one
on.
of America's most talented options traders. A man who's shown real people how to capture real returns of 178%, 332%, and even a rare 2,800% overnight.
Wow.
Now, I know that sounds insane, especially considering the ups and downs of the market in recent times, but this former Wall Street trader is defying what's possible when it comes to trading. As you'll see, his methods have nothing to do with traditional market tactics, but rather a unique piece of software he's been using for the better part of a decade. Already this year, it's uncovered dozens of the market's best overnight returns. That includes a 183% return from FedEx, a 276% return from CVS, and even a rare 350% return on FLG. Now, the man behind the software is the one and only Lance Ippolito. He's arguably one of the best options traders on the planet. And yet he credits his success to this piece of software right here. He calls it the News Flow Scanner, or NFS for short. And that's because it's given him and his traders the chance to profit from some of the market's most explosive news events.
Brian, in the members area, there's like a getting started video. It's like 20 minutes long.
Events like earnings beats, earnings misses, upgrades, downgrades, buyouts, investor conferences, and basically anything else that comes to mind. And that's why I asked him to be here today. You see, tech stocks continue to lead the rally in 2025.
I'm gonna get Brian the link here.
From the look of things, it doesn't look like they're stopping anytime soon. And if there is one tool that has the ability to sniff out the tickers with the best chance to pop over the next 30 to 60 days, it's Lance's scanner. It's quite literally revolutionizing the way folks trade the markets. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Here's what a few of his top traders have said, like Deb, who just won 10 in a row, or
Yeah.
Dave, who saw a 161% return overnight, or Sandra, who had a 98% success rate, or Greg, who made $12,000 in just one day, or Brett, who bagged a 900% gain overnight. Based on what I've seen, I think it can have a dramatic impact on your trading too. As you're about to see, this new way of trading has nothing to do with chart patterns, income, breakouts, or momentum.
None of that.
Yet it's given numerous traders the chance to turn $1,000 trades into 2,700, 4,300, and in one rare instance, $17,000 overnight. That's why I've asked Lance to show us how the scanner works and teach us how to use it. Given the opportunity unfolding in the tech sector, he's even promised to share some free trade ideas from the scanner today.
Yeah.
Now, before I get too far ahead of myself, let me turn it over to the man of the hour.
All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, as soon as you join too, there's a short, like 18, 20-minute video getting started that explains most of the questions you guys have too in the chat. But again, you have to have the scanner. It's not just like a think or swim feature. You have to own it. So you have to purchase it.
I
I
can go
pay
ahead and put
thousands
the
of dollars
link.
a month for it. You guys only get to pay like I think $1,000 for a year or 1,500 a year. So you get a lot cheaper than I do. All right, Christian, thanks for the introduction. I made this about 12 years ago and use it every day. Grab a notepad, take some notes if you're new, because this will change the way you approach the US stock market forever and ever. I don't look at a company's financial statements or technical analysis. I mean, if you looked at Goose and GoPro, you say, Lance, those are the worst stocks to ever buy. Uh, I don't wait for some goofy pattern. Again, gang, I try not to BS y'all. All that is smoke and mirrors. Again, just telling you, someone who's traded millions and millions and millions, that none of that stuff matters. Again, the media will say it, the books will say it, the Kramers, oh, look, they got good fundamentals. Yeah, they said that about, Eli Lilly, and then the stock went straight down. Or they said Palantir was overvalued and the stock went straight up. None of that matters. The only thing that matters, and I'll drill it a gazillion times because it took me a lot to get in my head. I did penny stocks, I did Forex bullshit, I did future bullshit. None of that was good. Tried trading stocks, yeah, ETFs as hedges. This gives you limited risk, max reward, and you're basically following the biggest trades in the world from bullish to bearish orders. So no, again, no gray area out there. And it will really get your mind too, where you don't have to just trade, as someone said, the Mag 7. It will open up your kind of vocabulary to a lot more stocks out there and even help you find maybe the next darling in the market. If we look, for example, at Boeing, not a name people gravitate towards every day, it was the biggest loser in the Dow, down 37%. And anyone with common sense said it was a bad time to buy the stock. But we had two orders, so repeat orders. Repeat orders are when you see it multiple times. Same kind of bullish order, same expiration or near expiration, same strike price. It means they're at the Cracker Barrel buffet. They get one slice of cornbread. They like it. They want another cornbread. Then they want some biscuits. Then they want some gravy. They're coming back for more, no matter what the price is. The price went up, don't matter. They want more. It was something bullish. Notice bullish news could send shares higher. And Boeing. Boeing's a big one. Sure enough, 24 hours later, Boeing ended their union strike and the shares gapped up almost 10 bucks. If you waited for the news to surface, it would have been a little too late. But those same Boeing calls that hit the scanner the next day were up 75%. 75% ROI. 1,000 bucks to 1,700 bucks. Again, not a hypothetical example. I don't mess with hypothetical stuff. I want it to be real because I only believe real stuff. I don't believe coulda, woulda, shoulda. And more important, we didn't have to bend over backwards to get in. We just copied in real time the same trade that hit the news flow scanner. We see if it's bullish, meaning the stock can go up, bearish, if the stock can go down. And then I just bought the same option listed on the scanner. Now, what I'm sharing with you is not just another market strategy. It's not another indicator. It's a quantum leap forward for anyone trading at home. Wow, is this more Etsy? Jeez, it's another one in that name. That Etsy is so bearish. Jeez, keeps hitting lows. Which is why I want to show you how to use the scanner and share it with you so you can have it. I'm certain it will open up your eyes how money is actually made in the stock market, not just by me, but by the best of the best. Heck, we saw UNH the other week, $6 million, and then a few days later, 2 days later, Warren Buffett comes out saying he bought a stake in UNH, and the shares gapped up, and Warren Buffett was up over 600%. Some of y'all were too, and we saw that in real time. So 6 million bucks to over $30 million in a couple days. No gray area with that. Every trade is time stamped and approved by the exchange. Black and white, no gray area. I spent time on a Wall Street trade desk, and I will tell you firsthand, the most successful traders are not trading technical patterns like you and I. I mean, the I mean, they're not waiting for some pullback or some